Good evening, Northside, Minneapolis, Twin Cities, America. Look, we out here, we just celebrated Juneteenth. I want y'all to know who this brother is right here, Farrington, y'all. Farrington Llewellyn, y'all. July 17th, a hard pill to swallow. My man is doing something that needs to be done. He's bringing awareness to this thing called mental illness, y'all. He's helping to break the stigma so that we can begin to get the help that we need. There are so many people in our community that are suffering in silence with mental health and don't even know it. And I want y'all to understand, there is nothing absolutely wrong with knowing whether you have an illness or not. If you got the flu, you want to know it, right? If you break your leg, you want to know it, right? So that you can go and get the help that you need. We as African Americans in this country deal with so much stuff in our mind because of the things that we see visually on the news, the things that we see visually in our community, the things that we hear, all the racism, the discrimination, all of that. This is what I say to people all the time. Look, if you black in this country, you are traumatized. Period. I dare anybody to argue with me about it. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much celebrity you have. I don't care how much education you got. They gonna show you that you black. And that is traumatizing. All of the history that we've dealt with. So we have trauma on top of trauma, on top of trauma, on top of trauma, on top of trauma, on top of trauma. And we cannot expect that it will not have an effect on our minds. So this is what I want to do. I'm joining this brother in this movement that he has, right? Because it's such a necessary movement. This is my lil bro, and I'm proud of him for stepping up and standing up and speaking out about this issue because it's affecting more of us than you can imagine. You might have a mental health issue. Someone that you love might have a mental health issue. And we know that undiagnosed, misdiagnosed, unaddressed mental health issues lead to death. Y'all hear me? I ain't sugarcoating it. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm not shucking and jiving about it. It leads to death. Sometimes it's a quick death and sometimes it's a slow death, but it leads to death nonetheless. And we as a community need to turn this thing around and change the narrative about what it means to have a mental illness. Because you know what mental health is? It's checking out your mental status. We get a physical every year, right, to make sure our physical body is healthy. I'm upset with the medical field because they need to be saying that every year, a minimum of one time a year, go and get our minds checked because everything we see, everything we deal with comes in through our mind, right? Most powerful muscle that we have. So it's so important. Check my brother out, Farrington Llewellyn, July 17th, hard pill to swallow is coming. Stay tuned.